You gotta get some knickknacks in there.
It's the cat's room. I can't put shit in here or they're going to destroy it. I need my own podcast room separate from cat room.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Allie. Oh, I almost don't want to ask. Allie, how are you?
I had an interesting experience this week. This is going to be kind of like a quick episode of Hot Girls Talk. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
We're just going to go with
Quick
the
for
flow.
us is, however long.
We are hockey girlies here on this podcast.
Yeah, we are.
We really love hockey. We love watching hockey. But I have always said, and I don't know if you guys agree, but I've always said that there's one particular reason why I would never play hockey.
Yes.
And that is the fact that I don't want to get hit in the face.
Well,
Foreshadowing.
yeah, maybe a little.
I'm going to cry.
I don't mind breaking. I've broken bones. I've like gotten hit everywhere. I've fallen. I've been hit by a car. I've flipped bicycles.
Been hit by a car twice.
Well, okay. The second time it only like clipped me. So that one doesn't count.
I almost
Just
forgot.
a little hit by a car.
Yeah, it wasn't like a full hit. It wasn't like the first one. I've gotten into ski accidents, Anyway, I am not unaccustomed to many. I've chipped teeth. I've had trampoline accidents. Like, yeah, I've had like many of the general injuries. But
Yeah.
the one thing I have always stalwartly avoided is a head injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually your broken bones, I feel like, are mostly in your feet.
Yeah, usually.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Better to
decent.
break a foot than a head.
Yes.
Yeah, I got 2 feet, only got one head.
That's true.
It's true.
And I put that one head to the test this week.
I'm actually excited to hear the full story. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about head injuries, Allie?
Despite being a hockey girly, I have always thought that is just a little bit too dangerous and aggressive of a sport for me. And so instead, I have always participated. I made the decision to participate in the much safer and definitely not at all dangerous sport of figure skating.
Right.
Which is, famously also a sport where you glide around on wet, slick ice on knives. But instead of in hockey, you don't wear any sort of padding or a helmet and you jump.
Yeah.
Kind of
Not
questionable
dangerous
when
at
you
all,
think about
no.
it. In any case, I went skating at a different rink than I normally go to. And I don't know, the vibes were just off. And I did a jump and I swear, I can't even remember now if it was like a Salchow or the infamous toe loop, but toe loops are like inherently evil, so it might have been that, but like Salchows I get better height on, and the way I fell, I feel like I was pretty high. The reason why I can't remember is because I recall landing the jump, and then after landing the jump, I must have been over rotating, and I just spun out and smacked my face right on the ice in front of everyone.
Ooh.
And it was like just a split second enough that I landed, and then I felt myself fall. And I was like, wait, why am I falling? Like I stuck that landing. So I don't know if I hit like a groove in the ice or something.
Yeah.
Because there was enough of it, like a split second for me to be like, whoa, hold on, I shouldn't be falling. Because I can feel when I go into a jump if it's not controlled, like if I don't have control over it. And like I can feel if I need to like bail out. And it genuinely caught me off guard. So something, I don't know, maybe I hit something or maybe my skate got caught on my like the other foot or something, who knows? But I did not, the way I fell, I couldn't even brace myself. I just hit like, just like face into ice. And I fall all the time, but like luckily.
You didn't brace yourself.
Right.
It's brutal.
Right. And so I immediately like moved to get up, and I was like, oh gosh, that's probably like a bad bruise. That's going to hurt. And then like, as I tried to get up, I was like, oh, no. That hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. And my friend, who luckily we had not planned to go skating together, she just happened to be at this rink as well. She was there and she came over to help me up. And oh God.
I'm so glad you weren't alone.
Yeah. Thank God. It would have been so much more like anxiety inducing. Like obviously there's staff there, but like
it's not the same.
Yeah, it was very nice having someone I knew there. So she came over and she was like, oh, let me see. And she like pulls my hand off of like where I'm holding on my face.
Yeah.
And I can't blame her for this, but like I hate when people do this, where she went, and I was like, no, God, no. Because I couldn't see it.
Right.
I could just see people's reactions to the wound on my face. And people's reactions. I was like, holy shit, my face is falling off. Like,
right. Because their reaction is not how you would react to the wound on your face.
Right.
Like,
They're just like seeing blood. And I couldn't feel like any blood dripping down. So I didn't realize that there was like an actual like laceration there until I like saw her reaction. So then I got off the ice and I was just kind of in a daze for a second. And I was like thinking about what I was going to do. And like my friend was looking at it and like, you know, like an EMT came over to look at it and they're like, yeah, you probably need stitches. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to look at it. I know I probably need stitches, but I don't want to look at it right now. I'm like upset about it. And then I was trying to figure out which hospital I was going to go to because obviously I work at multiple hospitals and I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to go to and who I'm going to let suture my face back together.
Yeah.
And I like pull out my phone, and when I look at my phone, I am like checking the work schedules to see who's working where, what time it is. Like it's also like rush hour, blah. Like I'm thinking of all these things, and I pull out my phone, and you know, like when you look through a kaleidoscope. And you see all these different like angles and like refractions. I look at my phone.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I'm seeing like I'm looking through a kaleidoscope. And that's when I was like, oh shit, no, I have a concussion. This is not just like a cut on my head. I have a concussion. And I put my phone down. And they're like, do you want us to call an ambulance? And I didn't pass out. And like I said, you know, if I didn't, it would be different if I didn't, this was not my field of specialty.
Yes.
But since it is, and it's something I'm familiar with, there was no way in hell I was getting in an ambulance. Anyone listening, you should accept the ambulance. But people who work in the field, we do it differently. We have different connections. So don't do what I do. But
oh my God.
I called the doctor at my hospital who was on call and I was like, I have a concussion. And she's like, we're on our way. It's like in a spy movie. They show up in the van outside the rink and they're like, get in the van.
Oh my God.
And then they brought me to my own hospital and I was a trauma. And it was funny because it was shift change and it was somehow just like some nurses I haven't really worked with before. And they're like, what do you do for work? Like what happened? How did you get injured? And I told them. And then I was like, yeah, I work here. And they're like, what do you mean you work like,
here?
What do you do here? And I was like, this whole trauma thing. This is what I do. And we're like, oh my God. So anyway, I got my face stitched back together. And then I've been sleeping off a concussion for a couple days.
Yeah. I'm glad you're okay.
Me too.
I just have a quick little anecdote to your anecdote. Because Sarah doesn't know the full story.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of hours to this story. There's so much I can tell you.
There's a lot. And Allie's sister and I, we came together. We were on this.
In my concussed state, I texted Shannon, I might need your help. I'm going to the hospital. I have a concussion. My car is at the rink. And I told her what rink it was at. In my other half of my brain, texted my sister, I'm going to the hospital. I texted my sister what hospital I was at and that I was getting sutures.
Okay. So piecing the story together here, yeah.
We gathered all our information and we're able to put together the full story. It was like, okay, priorities. We're like, you go get Allie. I'm going to go get the car so they don't tow it. And then I was like, well, you guys are at the hospital. I'm going to work on food. And food, oh my gosh.
It's also like almost 10 o'clock at night at this point.
Yeah.
So like,
Sarah,
restaurant options are limited and I have celiac disease and I'm vegetarian.
Yeah.
So,
So I went to a fast food restaurant. And I was like, I got this. This can't be that hard.
Shannon had the nightmarish experience of trying to order vegetarian food through a Wendy's drive-through. It's not easy.
No,
it was harder than finding Allie in the hospital. When I tell you, when the guy pulled up, he's like, hi. And I was like, okay. Thinking I need to wait because he's like busy with something. And then he's like, hello. And I'm like, yes. He's like, what do you
I would have
want?
driven away at that point. Nope.
I was like, I need this salad with these things. He's like, okay. And I'm like, I just really make sure it doesn't have. He's like, yeah, I got it. And then I told him, I was like, there's like a junior burger thing on the menu. I couldn't even find it on the menu. He's like, yep. I was like, okay. Like, do you have this kind of Coke? He's like, yep.
I like how
What
Shannon's
size?
asking if Wendy's has Coke. Wendy's has every type of Coke, Shannon.
I
Probably
didn't know
even
this.
the illegal kind.
I asked, probably, but
yeah.
I think the best was when I asked him, do you have Coke Zero? And he's like, yes. What size? Like, because I asked him all these things and I never gave him the size or anything. I got the food. It worked out.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
Allie was fed.
I'm fine.
You're doing much better.
You're
Yes.
better. I
Hold
don't know
you.
if you're fine yet.
My brain is healing. And this
Yeah.
is a good time to remind everyone, concussions are serious. They're brain injuries, but they heal within the first 48 to 72 hours. And if you're very proactive about resting, hopefully you can usually limit your post-concussive symptoms.
Yeah. That's why we should move this along so you can rest some more, because this is Hot Girls Hockey. Born
Yeah.
in Jersey. Our weekly opinions on the Devils. There's no facts here because we analyze by vibes.
There's even fewer facts than normal because I have put nothing in this document because I'm not using screens.
Mhm.
That's fine.
I'm just going into this blind.
Yeah.
Literally blind. Like Allie
Yeah.
can see me react to Sarah. It's
Right.
wonderful.
Yeah,
I know
cannot-
she's there in the room. Can I see her? No.
Sometimes I'm also just like closing my eyes. So we're
Aw.
really just winging this.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Allie. What is our red carpet reporter this week?
Okay, hold
Just
on.
talk us through it, you know?
Let me
Yep.
send some shit to the group chat real quick.
right,
I do
okay.
have some things for y'all.
I'm obsessed with this one.
That's so weird. What is up with that?
I love it. All right. And
Oh, yes, that's the one. That's
Yeah.
very important.
Okay.
That needs to be in here.
Okay.
this is
All right.
so good. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm calm.
So-
I'm peeking the microphone.
Obviously, we had a lot. The Devils played 2 games in Prague.
Yeah.
And they did a lot. They really walked the red carpet. They did not arrive in any sort of like particular matching silly outfits, but
Okay.
Shame, but fine.
they stomped their little sneakers down this carpet and gave us some stuff to talk about. At the
Yeah.
top, we're
Sorry.
gonna get. I do have I've known since I saw this picture who the best was gonna be, but we're gonna start with some. Just the top before I tell you which one is the best. Now, I don't want you guys to get too excited,
Okay.
but I have included a picture of Nico Hischier here for your reference.
What a surprise.
Do you know what's exciting about this picture? He's not wearing a beanie again.
That is why
Yet
I
again.
included it.
And it's wonderful.
2 in a row, no beanie.
Mhm.
Love this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep this trend going.
He has worn this suit before. It's his like gray charcoal suit.
Uh-huh.
He's not on the list this time, but I just had to include
Just for
him
note.
because
Just
it's,
has to be there.
it's Nico.
Yep.
I'm not making the list and not
It's
putting him
not
on
biased at all. We got
it.
it.
He's just here and he showed us his hair and I appreciate that.
Fair enough.
Oh my god.
He still has his scar from last time he got hit in the face too. So a queen
Ooh.
recognizes a queen.
Solidarity, you know?
Me and Nico and our face scars.
Yeah.
So getting into the actual top of the list. Nico, hi. Happy to see you. Siegenthaler. Can you guys describe this outfit that you showed up to, I think, the first Prague game in?
Yeah, it's a
Kind of nautical.
Little nautical. Little sailor boy.
Little sailory.
dark blue with a double-breasted jacket, vertical stripes on the button down, and there's just something about how he has it unbuttoned.
It's a little bit of a slutty throat.
A little bit.
But it's a good vibe.
Yeah.
It works.
I like
yeah.
the vibe.
Yeah.
It works with the double-breasted jacket, you know?
I agree.
It's nice.
Yeah. He's nice. He's like backlit in this photo.
It's a good photo.
Yeah, they kind of did a good job with this photo. This is a good outfit. I think he pulls it off. It's very sleek. It's very simple. It's very put together.
It's fitted.
It's fitted. His suits are always fitted. This man has a tailor.
Yeah.
And he's putting them to work.
Yes.
Before he was out last season, we thought he was going to be like consistently at the top of the red carpet report. So maybe we're going to see that this season.
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know.
Maybe Nico has some competition.
He might.
Nico is always number one in my heart. But he does have some competition.
Oh, let's get to it.
We're not going to get to that person yet, though. We're going to take a little bit of detour. I would like to draw your attention to a photo of Nate Bastian.
Okay.
Nate Bastian is wearing a simple gray suit, white shirt, black belt, but something about the way he is walking and holding this coffee cup has like adult love interest in a like just like a TV drama where they're like a teacher starts dating one of the students' parents.
Yes.
Is that too specific? I don't, but like
He's like, but you're like rooting for him.
yeah.
Like he's, I know what you're talking about.
Like
But the expression on his face also gives me very much, I have to go into this meeting and I really don't want to vibes.
Yeah, it's a little Hallmark movie-esque.
A little bit. He's the initial boyfriend at the beginning who works his big city job that she ends up leaving him for.
Yes. The way that like the shade of black matches the lid on the coffee cup, which also matches his hair. It kind of looks, I don't know.
Purposeful.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something coordinated here. I can't really explain it. Something about the color palette just came together.
I like it.
I like this outfit on him. I don't normally draw attention to Nate Bastian's outfits because he doesn't have like bad outfits, but he tends to wear like relatively simple, straightforward suits. It doesn't usually draw my attention, but I don't know. This one just kind of worked.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm wondering which one you're going to next.
So where are we going now?
Do you want you know what? We're going to go with best of the week.
Wow.
I'm just going to tell
straight
you.
to best.
Whoa.
I'm going to tell you.
All right. Let's
I know
do
which
it.
one it is.
That this is best of the week.
Okay.
I agree with you already.
Do you? I don't know.
I hope I
We're-
have the right photo on my phone.
I'm
gonna find
assuming
out.
that it's the one that I
We
have up already.
a new strong contender. Someone who might be able to dethrone Nico. And that takes a lot because I am allegedly biased. Fake news.
No one can see the eyes.
Paul Cotter.
Wait, what?
Paul Cotter.
She said Paul Cotter.
Yeah, but where is that photo of him?
Is it the
Isn't
pink?
that him in the pink
jacket?
suit?
Nope, that's Brendan Dillon.
What?
Yep.
That's Brendan Dillon?
Also, what?
That's not the one I was going for.
Okay, hold on.
Whoa.
Why was this captioned Paul Cotter? Because I looked at this and I was like, that's not Paul Cotter. But
Yeah, no, it's not.
it was captioned when I saved it as Paul Cotter. And I was like, that's not what that man looks like. But whatever they
No,
say.
yeah, super not. That is with the pink jacket. Yeah, that's Brendan Dillon.
They labeled it wrong.
I don't know what Brendan Dillon looks like, I'm realizing.
Neither do I.
Well, I don't give a shit. He had the best outfit this week.
All right.
I know
Never
what
mind.
you thought I was going to say.
I'm so disappointed.
Don't worry. We're going to get to that.
All right.
Brendan Dillon, who looks nothing like Paul Cotter.
No.
But I have a concussion, so you can't correct me. Anyway,
Yep.
Brendan Dillon wore, in my opinion, one of the best outfits I've ever seen any of the Devils arrive in. Like, I'm full stop. I'm obsessed with this outfit.
Wow.
It is like,
I get it.
it is a linen pantsuit. The pants are like an
That's
ivory
why.
color. The jacket is this like mauve, dusty rose color.
It's very pretty.
The tie is kind of like this in the same like purple dusty rose color family. He has the really nice just like amber leather dress shoes, but he ties it all together. This is so perfectly coordinated. This is just a smart outfit with the page boy hat.
No, it's a newsie. He looks like a Peaky Blinder.
It looks good.
Very fashionable. Okay. So I think I know why Allie loves this outfit, which I fully agree with. It's the shoes on
it's the hat.
this. Oh, never mind.
I like the hat.
No.
I think
like
they should be
the
wearing
jacket
more
and the
hats.
tie. That's great. I don't like the pants color or the
love
shoes, but I hate the hat.
I like the pants color.
I hate the
I'm
hat.
neutral on the hat.
Okay, well, I feel vindicated knowing that our fashion correspondent, Katie, agrees with me that this outfit is awesome. So
Listen,
sent it to
I never
her.
said that I had good taste.
Brendan Dillon.
I'm just saying.
Best of the week.
You know who could pull this outfit off but would never wear it?
Who?
Nico.
Oh my gosh.
Put him in the page boy hat. He would crush it.
I think he would wear it better, honestly. They should just trade
Brendan
suits.
Dillon looks incredible.
He looks great. What I love is that he used it. I feel like a lot of the hockey players, if they do anything that's like lighter colors, it's usually a light gray, not a light color.
Yes.
So this is very
pink.
refreshing.
It's
Fair.
fun.
I will definitely give
Yeah.
him points for that.
You never see them wear these colors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Keep Brendan Dillon around.
I
I
love
like
it.
this outfit.
Love it. All right.
This is best of the week.
I'm so
Sorry
excited
on the books. Before we get into the other ones,
because there's so many left.
second place goes to Siegenthaler, third place to Nate Bastian.
Fine.
Okay.
All right. But obviously,
Interesting. I have so many questions.
we have a room for most improvement.
All right.
We have two people on the list of the room for most improvement. We have a last place and a second to last place.
Already disagree. All right, let's
I
get to it.
completely disagree.
You don't know who I'm talking about. Can you
All right.
relax?
We can't. We can't.
In second to last place, we have Jacques Hughes.
Okay, I
who you
forgot he
might
was
have
even here,
forgotten
to be
was even-
honest.
See, you were getting all hot and bothered about
I
someone.
sure was. Yeah, and for nothing.
I'm actually a little sad. I think he's. Oh, I see why. Never mind.
This man has too much money to be wearing an ill-fitted suit.
It's true.
This man does not have to do anything to get a well-fitted suit. He could just
It's true.
stand there and let someone else measure him for like 30 seconds and do all the work and end up with a perfectly fitted suit. Why
Yeah.
are you wearing a teeny tiny little boy suit? Why is the hem of your pants that high up? Why am I
Yeah.
seeing, if you're going to wear sneakers, whatever, I don't care anymore. But like, don't show me the dirty bottom of them. Sir, the sewer water from Hoboken is on the bottom of those shoes. I don't want to see it. So anyway, whatever. I'm not describing Jack's suit. It's a boring suit. It's a gray suit. It doesn't fit him properly. His hair looks fuck ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. You're a great hockey player. Hire a stylist. I don't know.
I agree. I agree.
I don't know. I said I wasn't going to bully Jack Hughes as much this season, but here we are. I'm
He
sorry.
needs to do better. He needs to learn.
Sorry.
It could be better.
Are you ready for our room for most improvement? Our
Yeah, I'm
last
gonna have to
place
figure
this
out the
week?
categories here because we didn't have a second to worst category before, but you know what? We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am adding to the categories.
That is a problem for later in the season, me.
Woo.
Well, it could just be who's the worst.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have an
it's just
actual
for
room
the
for most
episode.
improvement and a worst.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This is a photo of Eric Holla.
I love this.
Do you really?
Yes, I really do. I love this.
Huh.
I'm obsessed.
Tell the people about it.
All right. He is wearing, I got to zoom in.
Defend your
Button.
stance.
Okay. I don't even know, like this charcoaly navy blue jacket
I
with
can
the
help
pattern.
you.
Okay.
It's a Brunello Cucinelli blazer, wool blazer.
What in
Okay.
the world? Okay.
I'm obsessed with the collar. It's a Mandarin collar. I love this.
That's an insult to oranges.
I'm sorry.
It is the wimpiest Mandarin collar I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, keep
Yeah.
going.
Maybe that's why he's holding a banana.
What is with that banana? I can't not look at that.
Funny. There's just something about him, the expression on his face, the headphones, and the banana in his left hand. That's just making this work for me. Granted, the blue of the pants does not match the blue on the jacket. I would love to
Nope.
see this jacket styled differently
These
with another
pants
outfit.
are a shade of blue that is so particular. It makes them, even though these are slacks, they look like blue jeans.
They do.
They do.
Yeah. It looks like a child's cartoon of what blue jeans look like.
Yeah. Okay. I just love this jacket and I want to see this jacket styled differently. I don't even care about the banana in the headphone.
The two buttons at the buttons are huge, which is
The buttons are like that jacket that I wouldn't stop talking about that Curtis Lazar had last season with the giant ass buttons.
Yeah.
It's like that all over again.
Yeah.
I love this.
And
I just
two of them are unbuttoned. I think one would have been fine. But then they're
The
buttoned
third
too
is-
low down and it's pulling across his waist.
Yeah. It's giving welcome back Emily Gilmore again.
Yes, I'm glad you said that. This silhouette very much reminds me of that Gucci jacket. I think it was Gucci that Austin Matthews wore to the
Yeah.
NHL awards. It's a very
Mhm.
similar silhouette.
I still love this jacket.
I gave Austin Matthews credit for that jacket, but I and for a second I was conflicted with this picture of Eric Holla. But what ultimately made me realize I had to put this in last place is that when looking at this picture, the thing that my eye kept being drawn to, and my favorite thing in the photo is the banana. And the best part of your outfit can't be the banana.
Can't be the banana that you're holding.
That's just silly. I sent this picture as well to our friend. That's because I was trying to help. I needed
Identify
her help
the-
figuring
yeah.
out who the designer was of the jacket. And she goes, "Oh, I love the banana for a pop of color."
He needs to just wear the banana as an accessory or put like a little chain on it as like a pocketbook.
like a
And then the
mosquito
banana could
bag.
count. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
my
my God.
gosh! Shout out to Dawson Mercer's hair in the background.
Yeah.
Looks
Oh,
great.
I didn't even see him there.
Do you know
Yeah.
what's so funny about that photo? I thought that was just like a photographer for a hot moment looking down at a camera, just taking a picture of the back of Eric Holla. But it's just Dawson Mercer.
Yep.
Well, I want to see the jacket and the banana again, just styled differently. So I agree. We got room for improvement.
Mm-hmm. Sarah, you were a little anxious earlier when I said that there were two worst at the bottom.
Yeah, because if this is your worst, I'm like offended. This rocks so hard.
So there is another photo in here that originally was going to be the best overall. What held me
Yeah.
back is the fact that this was not an arrival outfit. It was not a game arrival outfit.
Okay.
So
Okay.
based off the arbitrary rules in my head, it's kind of invalidated for being
Mhm.
in the rankings on the red carpet report. Instead, I felt it fit more similar into where I put the Buffalo Sabres lederhosen last week,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
which is kind of in its own little special, semi-weekly special award.
Okay.
So I'll change that from the honorable mention that I had them in.
Yeah. I guess
That's fine.
That's what, semi-weekly special award.
Got it.
I don't know what you get for that, but
We're making Sarah work really hard. It's only
spreadsheet.
like episode 3 this season.
It's fine.
obviously, since this was like a home country game for Andre Palat, he was getting a lot of media attention. And at one point, this was not prior to one of the games, but I think this was like prior to one of like the practices. And this was such like a big media event that like they had, even the practices were being like filmed and news crews were there interviewing the
Wow.
players, particularly Palat throughout. So he showed up ready to show his home country proud.
Yeah.
This outfit is so cool. Can you describe it, Sarah?
I don't even know how to begin
I
to
don't know
describe
either.
this because it's like a sort of tuxedo jacket, but the front
Yes.
panels of it are to his knees. And then there's fringe on the bottom. It's all cream colored. And then there are these floral appliques on the front. And then you can see there's on the waistcoat, there's a similar matching applique. And then these little blue buttons and this thin silver dainty necklace. It is such a vibe. I don't know what this vibe is, but I love it.
Me either. I don't know.
It's
Like,
kind of elevated cowboy in a way. Like a cowboy hat wouldn't be out of place here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the vision that you described to get this outfit is,
Yeah,
but he got it, and
you got it.
it's awesome. I love it.
Yep. Okay, I'm glad. All right.
We were worried.
I was
You
worried.
Could not see Sarah's expression, but
I
it was
felt
intense.
I felt it through the
I'm
microphone.
glad you felt it because this deserves to be
Yeah,
recognized.
no, it's awesome. I love this. It's really cool.
I'm obsessed. I want him to wear it to a game, like a rival game.
I would love to ask him about it. I tried. There does appear to be some sort of like name embroidered underneath the applique, but I can't
read
it almost
that.
looks like it says Louis Vuitton, but there's too many letters in it, so I don't think it is. I see an L and a V, but I tried.
Also,
it kind of does look like it.
I tried
But it
sending
also looks like it's L and looks like the L ends with a T. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't read it. It's too far away. I tried sending it to our friend and she didn't recognize it. So I don't, if anyone knows, let me know. Andre Palat, let me know. I'm so curious. I'm obsessed with this outfit.
it's just lovely.
That's my rather long red carpet report for you this week anyway.
Thank you, Allie. Sarah, can you bring us into our weekly update?
I most certainly can. And this is a very exciting weekly update, I think. I think you guys will think it's pretty exciting too, because even still, as of this moment that we are recording this episode, we are currently at the top of the entire NHL. I know. It's amazing to Google NHL standings, and there we are at the very top with 4 points.
Yay!
Does that have anything to do with the fact that we've just played more games than anyone else? Yes, but it's fine.
I will take it.
Doesn't matter.
To last year,
all of them.
Hell yeah.
anything. Last season,
Came
I'll
up
take
from
anything.
Prague with all 4 points.
Woo!
Well,
This is great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love
That's-
this.
This is, and I actually think we like we're waffling on whether or not we wanted to record this. We were supposed to record this episode before, and then I went and hit my head. And now we're recording it later than we had wanted to. And we were kind of like, maybe we should just wait until after the home opener game before we record. But now that I'm thinking about it, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because they're a little feisty. They're coming in a little hot.
Yeah.
This is very true.
For this one moment, no matter what happens tomorrow, regardless of what happens by the time you're listening to this episode, the three of us get to live and capture this moment of pure bliss for the New Jersey Devils, are first in the league.
They sure are.
I'm like smiling so big, it hurts.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I'll take it.
Other things that happened in the NHL this week. Jeremy Swayman finally signed an extension with the Bruins. 8 years, $8.25 million. John Marino has been placed on injured reserve with an upper body injury to start his season with Utah.
Cursed club.
Yep. And we finally have a captain for every single team in the NHL.
Yay.
For the first time since the 2010-2011 season.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, not every team had a captain.
Wow. My
But now they
brain
do.
just like can't comprehend, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Related to
Just
that,
a fun little fact.
Clayton Keller was made captain of the Utah's club.
Huh. All right. Can you bring us into our preseason wrap up, Sarah?
Yeah, I've just got a couple of silly little things to talk about during the rest of the preseason. Didn't watch all of these, but
Neither did I.
important notes. The first time that we played the Rangers in our little preseason run here, despite the main team being off in Prague, the Utica Comets were able to beat the Rangers for, what was this? Our one and only win of the preseason?
Yep.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Which is pretty amazing.
What makes it even more amazing is who was in net for that game.
Jeremy Brodeur
Isn't that
was there in net, which is just so
like
sweet.
poetic and cute?
Yeah.
I love that. It's really funny to me too that Shannon's dad. So Shannon and I did not go to or watch this preseason game or go to it, even though we had initially talked about potentially going, because we were at the Conan Gray concert instead. And I remember her dad wanted to go, and he, has been talking about goalies a whole bunch, and he used to have season go to season games back when Marty Brodeur was in prime. And he was like, maybe I'll go to this game. Maybe I won't. And I want to know, did you tell him that he missed seeing?
I don't think he was aware. And I can't wait to tell him tomorrow.
Perfect.
And he's going to throw a fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the only other things of note that I have for this game, Brian Hallinan was the first to score during this game. And Roman, still in his very delirious state from doing all of his overnights, said, Mr. Mayonnaise himself, which I guess Hellman, maybe there's something
Love
there.
it.
And his family was visiting at the time. And we were talking about the podcast, obviously, when we were watching the game, and his mom asked me a very important question that we have never discussed on this show before.
Yeah.
Oh,
We only say it in the very first episode, in the intro.
I'm
The
scared.
only podcast that doesn't pump its own gas. And then I threw in a salt, pepper, ketchup. And she asked, are you salt, pepper, or ketchup? Which one of us is salt? Which one of us is pepper? Which one of us is ketchup?
Ooh.
I'm not ketchup.
I'm allergic to ketchup.
Oh, you're
Okay.
right. So Sarah, I guess by default has to be ketchup.
I default have to be ketchup.
Shannon, which one? But you hate pepper. I love pepper. It's my favorite.
I'm a salt fiend.
You are
I
a salt
live
person.
in
also a
I am
salt
not a
fiend.
salt
Yeah.
person.
This is a difficult question.
My instinctual answer was Sarah is ketchup, Shannon is salt, and I'm pepper.
Okay. I'm going with it because
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm good with that.
Salt, pepper, ketchup. It was a great question.
Yeah.
In that vein, my only comment on like preseason stragglers things, Madison Square Garden bodies The Rock.
I'm upset with our lack of food options
Yes.
at the Rock.
Okay.
I think the
Fair
layout.
enough. Yeah, I will say that. That is
and
very
the
true. But I'm not the
openness-
biggest fan of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I think
The seats are so much roomier, even if you're in the 200s. They're
They
so
are.
much more comfortable.
Really?
The steps
are.
are less terrifying.
Oh no, the steps at Madison Square Garden are terrifying to me.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God. When I was on crutches back in high school, I went to a concert way up in the nosebleeds and I had to go up those steps on crutches and it was one of the most terrifying things.
I feel like the crutches might be a contributing factor there.
It's so steep when you get up there. Nah.
The food stands so much better. They have dedicated vegan stands. They have dedicated gluten-free stands.
Do they?
Yeah.
they do.
The lounges are cool. The lighting is cool. Like the hallways with all like the red, white, and blue lighting.
That was cool.
It's really clean too.
But I wish I could just take my favorite elements from both of them and put them into one. Sarah, you've been to quite a few. So when you visit,
I have not actually.
What?
I
thought you had them marked off on the.
for hockey games,
Okay,
very minimal
okay.
numbers.
Okay.
For concerts, different story.
Okay.
But I will let you guys know how Little Caesars Arena is in a few weeks.
Hell yeah.
All right, Sarah. How do we come the first in the league this week?
Well, as you guys know, this was the global series that started
Yeah.
the season where we played the Buffalo Sabres over in
Ooh.
Prague. And
Lindy
it was
Ruff.
the return.
Ooh.
Yes, the return of Lindy.
Ooh.
And I don't know why. I was like really nervous for some reason when this game started, as if I was like playing.
You
in
were.
This. I very much was not. I don't know why. I was so anxious. But they were being pretty aggressive to start, which was a good thing. They almost immediately got on the penalty kill because Eric Hollis slapped a guy in the shins with a stick. The little oopsie there. It's fine. There were a lot of really good chances. It was really exciting to see that they were playing very differently than they had been in the preseason. And then Stefan Nason scored the first goal of the season, which
who
was so
would've thought?
exciting.
That was really cool.
Welcome back.
I didn't get to watch this game, but I was able to watch the highlights and I heard all your guys' reactions in the chat. And I am so bubbly. Like, I'm still bubbly about this game. The fact that we took the first point, the fact that we won, I was like,
Mhm.
what, when, and where? How did we do this?
They played well.
Yeah. They
They
played
I
really
know,
well.
that's what's so shocking.
Yeah.
It's almost harder to talk about when a team plays well because there's just less to talk about.
Yeah, there's less to analyze. There's less to break down and wonder, here's maybe where something went wrong.
Yeah.
They were being pretty aggressive. There was a lot of good opportunities. Like people were setting each other up. There was
Passes
just
were
really
connecting.
good playmaking happening. And Jacob Markstrom.
Jacob
Rocks.
Markstrom. Jacob, yeah. Okay. I know I was a skeptic. I take it back. I'm sorry, Jakey boy.
Yeah.
Jakey boy.
rocks. I'm
Jakey
glad to have
rocks.
him.
Yeah, he made some really key saves and he hustles for it. And you know something about him that you can tell he works so hard and he wants it so bad. And I think this was
Mhm.
something that last season you know, like when Vitek was really holding down the helm, he wanted it so bad, but the more he wanted it, the more he struggled because he would get frustrated with himself, or at least that's how it appeared from, you know, like a viewer's perspective.
Yeah.
Jacob Markstrom seems to be able to like get into this zone where he wants to succeed and he's able to just focus. And there was, I don't remember which reporter said this, but maybe it was Amanda Stein. I don't even know. Someone was saying how at practice, Markstrom, I guess, was getting so frustrated with how one drill went that he like went over to the boards and smashed his stick. And, you know, sometimes I think that, you know, do we really need to break things? But I kind of am actually like, you know what? It's nice to see the passion. I'm glad to see the drive. Someone wants them to do the best they can, not just to be good, but to be as good as they possibly can. Yeah. And that is the energy I think they need to bring and hopefully are going to bring into this season. It's just being held to a high standard.
Yeah, I completely agree. I love to see that energy, that passion. Like he wants it so bad.
And he wants it so bad, even despite the fact that this is like a new team for him. It's not like he's been here that long. It's not like he has years of commitment with this team and this is like his last chance for like a cup run with them. Like he's just coming in and hit the ground running. And I admire that. Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I have no notes on this game.
That's okay. I've got a couple other things. At one point, I had like a jolt of fear went through my body, actually twice during this game that happened. But I'll get to that later.
It's horrifying.
At one point, I heard the name McLeod being thrown out, and I was like, whoa.
No,
thank you. There is a player on the Sabres with that name.
Is it his brother?
No,
I don't know. I didn't look into it.
No, he has a brother who plays in the NHL.
Okay.
I
didn't know that, but so it sent a little jolt of fear, number one, into my body that day. Number two happened when I heard this really loud just beep of a smoke alarm. And we have just one beep. And we have one out in the hallway in the building too, that just beeps incessantly all the time. So I'd figured, all right, it's just doing whatever. And then it happened again a couple minutes later. And then it kept going. And I went, okay, never mind. This is in my apartment.
Oh, no.
And I don't know why, because I was doing nothing except watch this game. I wasn't cooking anything. There was no smoke in there.
The Devils are just that hot.
They're just that hot.
They set off your smoke because they're on fire right now.
They're on fire and maybe causing electrical surges in my apartment because a similar thing happened the next day during their game too.
The Devils are so hot, they're setting off fire alarms.
Yeah, and maybe setting things almost on fire in here.
Good for them.
It's fine.
The only moment during this game that mattered to me, the only moment.
Okay, whoa.
Is when Nico scored.
I knew it. You did it.
And the camera pans to Lindy Ruff's face immediately from Nico's celebration to Lindy, just pans right across to Lindy Ruff's face. And he just does that little frown that he does.
Yep.
It just made me giggle. It made me feel free. It's like when you break up with an ex and you get to see them for the first time with your new better guy, you know?
Oh my God.
That's that feeling that I felt.
And it was so good too. Nico just his reaction was so casual, the way he just tapped it. Oh my God. And then to cut to Lindy,
poetry.
It was amazing.
That cameraman works for the Devils. Give him a raise.
He knew what he was doing. Give him a raise.
I wanted to kiss that cameraman. It was beautiful. It was so good. And something I found myself paying more attention to during this game was actually the Sabres, and just kind of thinking about like Lindy Ruff. And I was wondering if he was going to like institute similar strategies that he had with the Devils, and just kind of wondering how Sabres fans would be reacting, blah, 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 blah. Because I was just riding on a high watching the Devils play the way they were. And something that, you know, really dragged the Devils down last season is that they were kind of like a late game team. They always came out of the gate kind of sluggish and then were playing catch up throughout the second. And then by the third, sometimes they would turn on and really like get in their groove, but it would be too late by then. And the Sabres almost had a similar type of issue I felt. I don't know if maybe this was just me looking for this pattern, but I definitely felt like their best period was the third period. And it was like the last 10 minutes of the game that they put on some pressure and they did score. And I don't know, it gave me a little bit of deja vu of what it was like watching the Devils under Ruff. And then correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm thinking of the right game, Sarah, that Lindy pulled the goalie.
Oh, yes, he did.
Like,
yeah. And that was going to be my final note to wrap this up.
Yeah.
What
because
happened?
Paul Cotter got the Filet dessert.
Yeah. And he I don't remember exactly what minute mark it was, but it was like more than 2 minutes. If I could be making this up, but it was, a classic Lindy Ruff, pull the goalie early.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
those.
And we got to experience the other side of it this time.
Yeah. What a feeling.
Yeah. It must make me feel a little sad for him though. Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm a big softie.
Yeah.
So what happened? We played them again. This was a back-to-back.
Yeah.
It sure was.
Yeah.
And we actually did well on a back-to-back, guys.
Yes.
I don't think we ever won 2 back-to-backs last season.
I think we did, but very, very infrequently.
Like once.
Maybe once. Yeah.
I think there were genuinely 2 times.
Okay.
Not only, I think this is so significant that the Devils are starting off their season playing their former coach, playing a back-to-back, and then they come home to play Toronto, their current coach's former team.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if they can hold
so
it
poetic.
through, like there's something's coming together here. Something's coalescing.
Yes.
The stars are aligning.
They are.
It's amazing because I know you're not looking at a screen, but you read my note where I
That's literally Shannon's first note here.
I don't know that. Oh my gosh.
No, it's good. We're on the same wavelength. That
Yeah.
I'm so excited because I want the Devils to be 3-0 on crushing their exes. It's basically what this feels like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
And I think they can do it. I really have hope.
Me too. I'm gonna ride this high. Who knows? We don't know what's gonna happen when they come home and we watch the game tomorrow. But I'm just, as Allie was saying earlier, and you, Sarah, we're gonna ride this high while we have it.
Exactly.
Yep. Absolutely.
Hold on.
And the Devils rode that high all the way into the second Prague game where they did the same shit.
They sure did.
And we loved it. Woo.
I almost wish that I wish this game got to another 4-1 because I was so ready. I had typed out half of a note 4-1 is the anti 6-3 this season. And it didn't happen, so it doesn't really matter. But
I love it.
the fact that they were able to still put on such a good performance in a similar kind of way on the second of a back-to-back is so significant for them.
Remind me, Sarah, because I can't remember now. Markstrom started both days, or did they switch to Jake Allen the second game?
They switched to Jake Allen for this one.
And that's awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
2 solid goalies held it down, which is also great on a back-to-back. Having 2 reliable goalies that either one of them can hold down a game.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got so caught up reading one of your notes, Sarah, about Jesper Bratt, and I'm dying. I just need his...
About Bratt? My note is about Bratt. Oh, someone took a swing at Jesper Bratt and knocked him to the ice, and he looked mad. Parentheses, I was too. Don't hit him.
Yeah, hitting Jesper Bratt.
He's gonna mess you up.
He's
after
not,
the
though.
fact.
He's gonna just score, and then someone else is gonna mess you up. Jesper Bratt's not out here starting fights. Leave him be.
Leave him alone.
Let this man. He's just out here playing hockey. Let him play hockey. He's not gonna take a swing at you.
No.
Yeah.
It's like stealing candy from a baby. Leave him alone.
Wow.
A really fast baby.
A really, really fast, talented baby who doesn't have time for your shit.
Jesper Bratt, really
got-
fast baby.
Conference meetings to get to and espresso to drink.
Oh boy.
This was pretty ironic for this game. For Andre Palat to be playing the second of 2 games in your home country.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
The game, the thing that you do professionally, it's finally, you get to do that there. And then your kid just happens to be born on that one of those 2 days.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful, congratulations and everything. I'd be a little upset. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
While
If
he
it
was
were
at
me-
the game.
Yeah, no, he left. So he didn't play the second game.
Yeah, he
'cause
didn't
his
play.
wife
He
was
had to
giving
fly
birth.
back to the
Okay.
United States that morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he made it in time. That's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah. There was some Timo time during this game.
Oh, yeah, there was some Timo time. However, I missed this Timo time because, as I said, scary moments in game 1, scary moment in game 2.
I'm reading it.
Similar setup that started happening, and there was a really loud noise. Very clearly came from my kitchen. But nothing is visibly wrong. It's not the smoke alarm this time. And then my coffee maker starts steaming as if it's been turned on for some reason, and it just kept going. I thought it was going to start smoking and catch on fire, so I yank it out of the wall. It's still doing it,
And then Timo
I try to plug it in
scores.
later on. It's completely dead. I had to go buy a new coffee maker. I don't know why.
What? Timo Meyer steamed your coffee maker to
Timo
death.
Meyer, like, it's too hot. He's too hot. He burned my coffee maker to death.
Oh my God. This is like, I'm a little scared for what's going to happen for you.
Yeah, I don't know. It scared the cat so badly. I felt terrible. And I was like a little afraid to leave the house for a little bit after that because it was one day after another of like, okay, weird electrical things are happening here. Am I going to come home to the apartment burned down? I don't know.
That's scary. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you got a new one, a new coffee maker.
I did. I sure did. And another thing that I want to point out about this game that was really great, Seamus Casey,
Yeah.
officially on the roster now.
Yes. Earned it.
His first NHL goal scored in this game on the power play.
Heck yeah.
Beautiful.
And it was a hell of a snipe. It was great.
He got a Rolex for that. Did you see that?
No.
He sure did. Yeah.
They gave him a Rolex.
Wow.
Him and Kovacevic, too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Or Kovechkin, as Sheldon Keefe called him.
Oh, yeah. Why did he call him that?
Because he
Was he making
rocked
a
in
joke?
the first game. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
a
Oh,
Kovac.
okay.
I thought that was an
Yep.
accident. Like he thought
No,
his name was actually
it was
Kovechkin.
him making a
It
dad
was a
joke
pun.
for sure.
It was a dad joke.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Went over my head. Kovechkin. Okay, that's funny. My only thing to wrap up this game is that over on the Sabres forum, the response was the power play needs an overhaul immediately. And in reference to the Buffalo power play, they should have known that drop pass is not working against a team like New Jersey. Full stop. The fact that a different team is complaining about the drop pass
Wow.
and not us. I used to pray for times like this. People complaining about their zone entries, their passes not connecting, the drop passes, and this is just, yeah. God
Wow.
bless that we are not sitting in these seats anymore.
Yeah.
Did you have any wrap-up notes for this one, Sarah?
No, my last note is silly and not that important.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
I just read it.
Should you read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is well after the game, but just found out Markstrom is tatted AF, and that's hot.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that?
Nope, didn't know.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think we can keep it because Shannon read it. It's fun.
I think that makes it funnier.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on into our Skirkuffle Awards.
Ooh. I heard the people are feisty already.
Beyond.
The season's barely started.
Beyond. I'm just going to give this a quick mention. I heard from a coworker who's a big Leafs fan, as well as from 32 Thoughts, that the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens,
They were going at it.
yeah,
In the preseason.
preseason, I
Guys.
believe it was a back-to-back, were just fighting. People were saying this is like games from the 80s, and the fans loved it. And I'm like, that's cool, but it is preseason.
Yeah, chill out like a little bit.
Like, let's wait for this stuff to count, or maybe it's fun for them because the fights don't count against. I don't know how it all works, but either way,
People
that
getting
was,
spicy.
yeah, really unusual,
Yeah.
and makes me slightly worried about tomorrow.
By the time you listen to this episode, you'll already know if the Devils got beaten up by the Leafs or not.
You're right.
Yep.
We will know. I do have one fight of note. It was Alec Touch versus Brendan Dillon. This was during the Sabres game on the 5th in Prague. First period, 6 minutes left. And I only got to see the highlights of this, but I just have to comment. It looked like cat punches, but cat punches that hurt, because Alex Touch was on the ground for quite a bit, and it took him a while to get off the ice. But it's just nice to see the Devils not back down.
Oh, yeah. I wrote a note about this one. It was they were fighting after Dylan hit Peterka pretty hard.
Okay.
And then Dylan threw Tuck down on the ice.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a Tuck. Sorry. I was saying Touch.
I think I've heard it both ways. I can't.
Is it Touch? I don't know.
It might be I'm not sure, but I feel like I've heard people pronounce it both ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find out. But again, this is just so refreshing and also interesting. I'm getting fights right off the bat.
Hell yeah.
Beginning of the season. I remember last time saying there's no fights. We don't fight. And I think now we just have a good mix of people in our roster who will defend the Devils.
Curtis McDermott, baby.
Woo. No awards yet. We're getting there.
That's fine. Still early.
If Brendan Dillon keeps this up, he might be making a run for best boy at the end of the season.
I know.
He could. If he accumulates enough Skrkuffle points.
Yeah. All right, Allie. What are the whispers on the Twitter wins this week?
Girl, I'm not allowed to use screens. I don't know what's happening on Twitter.
All right. We're going to let the whispers pass us by. Whisper, whisper, whisper. So we're not going to worry about it.
We're not going to worry about that.
And we're just going to move on into don't worry about it, because this is the segment where we don't worry about it. Because sometimes I'm saying random shit and the announcers do it too. Okay. Sarah. All right. I'll start off with mine. So I actually heard this on another podcast, 32 Thoughts again.
We stan. Talking
about the New Jersey Devils. Elliot Friedman said, sexy, attractive pickups. And this is referring
to
sexy passing.
There.
Yes. Referring
Adjective.
to the
oh my God.
people that we picked up during the off season. And I was just dying.
Elliot Friedman's a hot girl.
Yeah,
apparently.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that everyone uses these words to describe the Devils, because that's just the Devils. Sexy,
The
attractive.
Devils are a sexy team.
Slutty, like we just throw these words around.
The Devils are a slutty team. It's undeniable.
Like we said earlier, Timo, he's too hot. He's sending electrical surges into my apartment.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't control these boys.
You can't.
So I just felt
Vindicated.
Yeah. That
Elliot Friedman agrees with us.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Next we got nice power kill, boys.
Hey.
That was Roman. Sorry. He was just being rude.
I don't get it.
Roman, because we always call the penalty kill a power kill. Because you and I are stupid. Don't worry, Shannon. Sometimes I hear them say it on ESPN on accident, and it makes me feel better.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's valid.
And lastly, this week, we got he's a big body every once in a while.
But only every once in a while.
Only every once in a while.
That's so bad. This is Dano talking about Dougie.
He's a big body every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
I just
not all the time.
Literally picture him inflating like a balloon.
You know those little like
he chooses.
You know, like those little foam things that you put in water, like the little toys,
oh my God,
they grow and shrink.
Yeah,
just some of the time.
All right,
just some of the time.
Definitely not going to worry about
it. The rest of the time, he's a little boy.
Yeah.
Yep. And not worrying.
And move on into our It Boy of the Week.
Hey. Who was it last week?
How are you serious? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It was Nico.
Is it the concussion talking?
It might be.
All right.
Who
do we want
I have
to
a
nominate
nomination
this week? All right.
I feel like, okay, go ahead. Because I feel like I was tied between who I was going to nominate this time. So I'll see your answers and choose.
I nominate Seamus Casey.
Okay.
I just think he's had an impressive run from being just kind of, he really he had such a short amount of time to prove himself in, and to go from being preseason to being flown over to Prague to now he's on the main roster for the season. It takes a lot of gumption.
Yeah.
I think because I had said I was kind of tied between two people for who I would have nominated for the It Boy. Seamus Casey was indeed one of those people.
Ooh.
So I think the It Boy of this week has to be Seamus Casey.
Yay!
Oh. All right.
Top of the morning to you.
And if Seamus Casey, because if he was, because we were talking about Eric Holla with his banana, right? Because all we can do is talk about foods on this show for some reason. If Seamus Casey was a fruit, I am going to say he is a tangerine.
Okay.
Can't see the question marks in my face here, but
Dougie Hamilton would be an orange. Just like a classic orange.
classic orange.
Yeah.
I don't know if tangerine's correct, but
Maybe kiwi.
I said it. I thought kiwi at first,
Really?
but that feels, yeah.
I was going to say kiwi, but then I didn't want to influence you.
Yeah. Maybe it is kiwi then.
Maybe Seamus
We're
is a
both-
kiwi.
If we're both feeling kiwi, it can
It's
be kiwi.
We're really echo chambering each other with Seamus, you and I.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holla's obviously the banana.
It has to be the banana.
Nico's like an apple, but like a red delicious. Just like a classic apple.
Yeah.
Like the
But
picture
that's
of
a
an
shame
apple.
because those apples
Yes.
suck.
Yeah, they suck.
Oh man, I was trying to think of something that's like
Siegenthaler is a plum.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I don't know why Timo's like a grapefruit to me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It just feels right.
Nice.
We got any songs this week?
Dawson Mercer. I have one more. Sorry. Dawson Mercer is like a tomato that everyone calls a fruit. But like culinary wise, it's definitely a vegetable.
Stop.
You know,
I feel
get it.
that.
I do.
Yeah. Do we have any songs for this Sing It Out this week? I don't know.
I don't know. I
just
can't
been
think of any
listening
songs
to
right now.
us recently.
The song that I posted to my Instagram story today doesn't even help. It's about Saw. So
Oh yeah, we could sing a Halloween song.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the lyrics. I just
part
know
didn't
the
have
song
words.
beats. It goes,
Oh,
this
okay.
is Halloween. This is
Yeah.
Halloween. 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 Halloween.
Yeah.
It's a little early for Halloween songs, but that's okay.
That's all right.
it's always Halloween here.
Yeah.
Getting into the spooky season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good little spooky vibes.
I got the sound bit.
All right.
We got to start talking about
satisfied.
witches again on this show.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
no.
right. We got to bring back the witches.
All right.
Oh, geez, remember, don't go back and listen to those episodes.
Please.
Yeah, no, don't.
Not great. No.
If you hear the word power kill, you've gone too far back.
This is Hot Girls Hockey.
Concussion edition.
Next week for more sugar.
Spice.
And everything ice.
If you like our show, please leave us a rating and review. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on YouTube and tweet at us at hotgirlshockey_. I'm once again begging for someone to make another Twitter chat for me to join. I'm bored.
Got it.